Hey guys, it's Sarah Strangeandshort here, and today we're going to be learning how to make these cute little guys. Don't freak out if you're seeing this right before Halloween. These are really easy to make, they're fast, you can get everything you need at Walmart, and it's a great little treat to give somebody that is a little bit special to you, or even just as party favors. The reason I'm making these things so close to Halloween is I actually just found them on Pinterest. I'm really surprised that I didn't see them any sooner, but I figured I would run out, get the supplies, try it out, and see if you guys could do it. It's something that really doesn't take that much effort, and you can do it while watching TV like I did. These instructions are going to be a little bit different from the ones on Pinterest for several reasons. One, I added the use of cookie icing, and two, I had to use yogurt-covered pretzels instead of chocolate-covered pretzels, but they ended up working out perfectly fine. Food markers, if you want the marshmallows to be edible, please don't use a permanent marker. Please, or any kind of marker unless it's an actual food dye marker. Additionally, I used cookie icing to hold the heads to the pretzels, and the reason I did this is the tutorial on Pinterest actually didn't call for anything to hold their heads on. You were just supposed to tie the bag in place. And after trying that and failing multiple times, I decided that I was going to need an edible kind of glue, and cookie icing is perfect for that. Now, if you are going to go out and get icing like I did, again, I highly recommend you use cookie icing because it thickens and hardens as a kind of, like I said, edible glue. Do not use cupcake frosting because oftentimes cupcake frosting is too light, fluffy, airy, and soft. You want cookie icing. And I specifically picked this Betty Crocker cooking icing because it said it dries quickly to the point that you could even stack your iced cookies on top of one another. So that's a perfect way to use it as a type of glue. I already have a demo set up, and what I did is I stacked the pretzels in groups of 6. I think that's a really good height. Now you want to make sure on these pretzels that they don't have any cracks on the front. The back is kind of more forgiving because people aren't going to be looking at the back, but you want to make sure that there's no chips in the yogurt covering or chocolate covering if you're using chocolate. And I mean, there's a little one here, but I'm talking about major things. And if it's chipped on the bottom, don't even worry about it because they're going to be melting each other together. Go ahead and do 3 at a time. The tutorial from Pinterest said to do 1 at a time, but to me that's just so time consuming because you have to stick these things in the microwave oven and you have to stick them in the freezer. You want to go ahead and pop these in the microwave. I haven't found the perfect time yet. You just kind of want to watch them and just make sure that the bottoms are melting. I think the more that you have on the plate, the more time it will take to actually melt them down. So I think 3 is a really good number, and 3 keeps you pretty busy as it is. Okay, so as you can see, we have our little friends in the microwave. These guys are going to melt down soon. Don't be too worried if they kind of tilt. It's just kind of the way the chocolate is layered. Some of them will look like they're leaning a little bit, but I mean, that's perfectly okay. You can even make jokes to your friends about how they have scoliosis or something like that. I'm just going to hit 30 seconds. Like I said, I haven't found the perfect time. It seems to kind of vary. And it's really hard to see on this camera, but basically I'm just going to be watching for when the yogurt starts melting along the baseline. So it hasn't done anything yet, and it's actually been about 20 seconds, but like I said, the more that are in there, the longer it will take. And the base is starting to get a little melted around 30 seconds. As you can see, it's getting pretty gooey, so what you want to do is just press down on top, and then go to the next one and press down on top. It's okay if a little bit comes off on your fingers, as long as your hands are clean, of course, because you're going to be putting the head on there. The reason you want to press down is I used to have problems where the top parts weren't melted yet, but you press down to kind of fuse them together. Sometimes they're just a little melty on the inside, and once you press them, they start to melt together a little bit. And like I said, it's okay if they're not perfect because these guys are just adorable on their own. We're going to go ahead and take these out carefully and put them in the freezer. So while those are in the freezer, there's still some stuff we can do while we let time pass. We want to get the heads together and the bags ready. And usually by the time you're done doing that, they will be done with the freezer and you will be ready to repeat the whole process. You want to get your food writer out. Black, of course, is what I chose for this, but as you can see, it comes with other colors. It depends on the pack you buy. So we want to get black. And we want to pick a marshmallow that will have a good kind of face to use. So this one's kind of squished and square. I'm not really liking it, so I'm just going to set it aside. This one looks much better. It's more rounded. I mean, they're marshmallows, so they're not all going to be perfect. It happens. So you want to take your pen, and the eyes are probably the easiest part, but again, you just want to have fun with this. Don't take it too seriously. They're skeletons. It's a treat that's going to be eaten in 5 seconds, and it's really the thought that counts. So you want to just press in for the eyes. I'll demonstrate that again. Just press on in. And it soaks it up pretty well. Those are our eyes. So for the next parts, you want to be more careful. You can see the tip here. There's a thick part and there's a thin part, of course. You kind of want to be drawing with it angled straight on so that you don't use the thick part and make the nose too big or the smile / teeth. Draw a nose. And I just like to do a little triangle very lightly, and then you can go back over it. So there's his nose, and like I said, I mean, that's a little off center because I'm trying to do it using the camera, but I mean, who really cares, because these things are stinking adorable no matter what you do. It's really hard to mess them up. And then we're just going to do a smile, going very carefully, and it's important that you don't press down too deep because the pen will drag within the marshmallow. So you just want to press lightly. It'd be better to go over multiple times than press too deep and get your pen stuck in the marshmallow. And that's actually pretty cute. I like that slanty face, so let's see if we can just make it kind of like a side smile. Maybe that'll be pretty cute. I haven't done one of those, so we'll see. I like that. We're going to keep that. You just want to repeat that whole process. Now we're ready to do our bags. So I got these bags at Walmart, and they just come with these little discs. You just want to open the bag and slide the disc in and repeat the process. Now I like to put the candy corn in after I place the skeleton so I can better situate him, but it's really up to you. If you want to put him on top of the candy corn, that's fine, but I use the candy corn and other candies to kind of hold him in place so he doesn't fall over. Okay, now it's been about 5 minutes, and I just got these guys out of the freezer. I'm going to take my cookie icing. It's important that you knead it for about a minute, just kind of to get everything mixed, and I think it helps you spread it a little bit because it warms up the icing a little bit. You kind of just want to see how you want to position them. This guy will be kind of looking down, or you know, depending on the shape of the marshmallow, it may actually help them look a little bit different. And we're just going to cover the base of him. And I just like to put like a decent sized glob on there. It's quite a bit of icing, but the more the merrier, I believe, when it comes to this. Who knows? And just kind of position it on. And it's okay if it dribbles a little bit. You can just kind of take your finger and swipe upward and over, and even cover a little bit where that chocolate melted. See, I'm swiping the icing over. And there we go. And while he sets up, we're going to get on the other ones. Okay, so now I have my different candies. And I have my different candy corns that I'm going to use. And I'm going to take one of the bags and one of the skeletons. Place it in the bag. Once you get more weight in there, it will help keep this bag down. They're pretty light. And even though these guys are pretzels, they're still kind of light too. So, first of all, I like to take one of these candy corn pumpkins or any kind of candy corn and position it in front of him, between his legs. I don't know, it kind of helps anchor him in place, I've noticed. And then we're just going to scoot him up against it. And then I'm going to take one of these candies that I have and place it behind him, like that. And then you just kind of want to scatter candy corn all throughout. My pumpkin did move, but there's other candy corn anchoring him in place. Sometimes the pumpkins don't fit that well between their legs. It just happens. Now that that's all done, you're going to want to take your ribbon that comes with this bag. You're going to set it next to yourself. so that you have easy access. And what I like to do is I like to take the bag and pinch it outward like this, not fold it inward. And then after I pinch it outward, I gather it together, kind of pulling it out front, in the front, like that. And then I get the air out, a little bit of the air out, and then I twist from the top. I twist it in place. And then you take your string, and there's our first bag. So he is leaning over a little bit. I don't think I've had any quite this bad. This is some really bad scoliosis. I guess he's just not having a good day. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know what you guys think if you get a chance to try it out. If not, there's always next year. This is a cute, inexpensive way to brighten somebody's day on Halloween. And a little bit of practice, just like me, you will have a whole army before you. This is Sarah Strange and Short, and I hope you guys have a great day.